discussing hardware part used in microprocessors to perform addition and subtraction. Okay. Basically, in microprocessor, subtraction is performed with the help of adder circuit. Okay. So, in this topic or in coming topic, our focus will be on types of adder circuits used in the microprocessor, whether it is ripple carry adder or carry locate adder. Okay. And before that, we will be discussing basic concepts, that is basics of adders like half adder and full adder. Okay. So let us first of all discuss the overall view of the hardware used in the microprocessor. It has a register, let it be register B, that is second register. Okay. Let sign bit of this register is represented as BS. It has a circuit which finds complement, two's complement of the number. So this is called a complementer. Okay. And then we have parallel adder. Two types of adder circuits are available. You might have studied in digital electronics. Serial adder and parallel adder. So in microprocessors, parallel adder circuits are used because the performance is faster as compared to serial adders. Okay. So it has a main register called as the cumulative register, A register. The sign bit of this register is AS. And there is circuit which is used in to select the mode of the arithmetic operation to perform. So this is called as mode control. Okay. So if this particular bit is 0, then the microprocessor will perform addition. If it is 1, subtraction will be performed by the microprocessor. Further, there is a bit out of parallel adder. So this bit is called as carry bit. If there is any carry from the addition, it will be placed in a carry. A flag bit called as add overflow flag AVF. Okay. Add overflow flag. It will be placed in this overflow. Other flags like zero flag, sign flag, parity flag, those will be updated based on the contents of register A. Okay. So suppose we want to add two numbers. So one number should be placed in accumulator. Second number is to be stored in register B or any other register. Okay. So then the parallel adder will take one byte from register A, second byte will be obtained from register B. Okay. So the parallel adder, it will obtain one byte from register A, second from B, and addition means that sum of these two bytes will be performed and it will be placed in register A. Okay, sum will be placed in register A and carry bit. And if we want to perform multiplication, okay, then subtraction. If we want to perform subtraction, then the mode bit should be 1. In this case, the first byte will be obtained from register A, second byte will be obtained from register B through complementer. Okay. So this complementer, it will take 2's complement of the number, and further addition will be performed, means addition of register A and 2's complement of B, and overall operation performance will be subtraction. Okay, so this complementary circuit, it works only if the mode bit is 1, and if it is 0, then it simply passes the value from resistor B to parallel adder circuit. Okay, so this is overall view of the hardware elements used in performing addition and subtraction in microprocessor. Yes, clear as students? Any doubt in this particular block diagram you have? Yes, students, any doubt you have? Please at least reply कर दे करो अगर कोई doubt नहीं होता तो, so that I can proceed further.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, ये mode control का नहीं समझ आया.
Okay. So this mode control, it depends on the type of instruction to be executed by the microprocessor. If the instruction say add is to be executed, then this bit is set to 0. It is done by the microprocessor internally, depending upon the type of instruction that we have given to the microprocessor. So add instruction, while executing add instruction, this bit is set to 0, and this hardware simply performs addition. And if the instruction which is to be executed by the microprocessor is subtraction instruction, then this bit is set to 1. So when it is set to 1, the complementer, it will take 2's complement of the second number. So how subtraction is performed? It's basically A minus B. So it can be written as A plus minus B. Okay. So this minus B that we can take, we can write as in 2's complement form. Okay. So B, if any number is there in register B, if we take its 2's complement, that will be considered as negative number. That we have discussed in our previous yesterday's lecture. Okay. Or 2's complement, how can we represent signed number by using 2's complement form? So it is represented in 2's complement form. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, yes.
सर नेटवर्क इशू के कारण थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन किया था, ब्रीफ में एक बार बता दोगे सारा?
ओके ओके टिल नाउ हमने अभी इतना ही पार्ट ये डिस्कस किया है. तो एक्चुअली वी वर डिस्कसिंग, वी हैव स्टार्टेड द हार्डवेयर पार्ट यूज्ड इन एडिशन एंड सब्ट्रैक्शन. इन आवर प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स वी स्टडीड हाउ टू रिप्रेजेंट नंबर्स इन बाइनरी, हाउ कैन वी रिप्रेजेंट साइन नंबर्स, एंड हाउ कैन वी परफॉर्म addition subtraction of numbers manually. Okay? So in performing addition and subtraction, we use parallel adder circuit. Okay? In our next lecture, we will be studying types of parallel adder circuits used in the microprocessor. Okay? The function of this parallel adder circuit is to take two n-bit numbers. In 8085 microprocessor, it is 8-bit number. So it will take two 8-bit numbers, one from register A and second from register B, or any other register, C, D, H, L, and so on. It can be temporary register X. Okay? So one byte will be obtained from A, second from register B. Okay? So addition is performed by the parallel adder if the mode bit is set to 0. So there are two modes. This hardware operates in two modes. One is addition mode, means in which the microprocessor performs addition, and second is subtraction mode, so in which the circuit, the hardware performs subtraction operation. So if, for example, we have to add, we have to perform, we have to execute, the microprocessor has to execute addition instruction. So while executing addition instruction, the mode bit, the mode control bit is set to 0. So this is done by the microprocessor. So when it's set to 0, the bit, the byte B available in the register B, it is transferred to the parallel adder without performing 2's complement, because 2's complement is not required in addition operation. It is required in subtraction case. Okay. So when it is, the mode bit is 0, the byte in register B, it is directly transferred to parallel adder. Second byte is obtained from register A, performs addition of the bytes, and it is, the result is placed in register A. Sum is placed in register A, and carry flag or overflow flags are operated accordingly. And if we have to perform subtraction, then the instruction given to microprocessor is SUB, subtract. Then the mode bit is set to 1. When it is set to 1, See, in subtract operation that we have discussed that if it is A minus B, it is equivalent to A plus minus B in bracket. Okay. So this minus B we can represent by using 2's complement. If we take 2's complement of register B, 2's complement of register B, it means it is minus B. Okay. So if we add 2's complement of register B in register A, then the operation performed will be subtraction operation. So in subtract operation, the complementer takes 2's complement of register B and then it is given to the parallel adder. And after that addition is performed by the adder circuit and the result is placed in register A. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, our objective is to discuss two types of parallel circuits. One is ripple carry adder parallel circuit and the second is carry look ahead adder circuit. Yes, आपने पढ़ा हुआ है students ये थोड़ा बहुत parallel adder. Have you studied it? Okay, you might have studied that half adder full adder circuits in digital electronics. Half adder full adder circuits आपने पढ़ा
Yes,
होगा.
sir.
Okay. So the half adder circuit, if we represent it with the help of a block, this half adder circuit, it takes two input bits, say bit A0 and bit B0. Two bits are taken as input by the half adder and output given is sum of the bits and carry. Okay. So let us see what is there inside the half adder circuit. Okay. So first of all, let us write the truth table for this particular bits. So let us write A and B as A and Bn. This is say Sn and Cn. So An, Bn. From the status of An and Bn, the values of Sn and Cn are obtained. Okay. So the combinations of A and Bn can be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So if we add 0, 0, the sum will be 0 and carry will be 0. On addition of 0, 1, the sum will be 1, carry will be 0. On addition of 1, 0, sum will be 1, carry will be 0. On addition of 1, 1 means 1 plus 1 means 2, that is 1, 0. So carry will be 1 and sum will be 0. Okay, so this is the truth table which we use in designing the half adder. So now let us see when this sum is 1. Okay, when it will be 1, when we have An 0 and Bn 1, their AND operation, plus An 1 and Bn 0. Okay. So this expression represents XOR operation. Similar for carry. So carry is generated only if An and Bn are both 1. It means An and Bn are, it will be both 1, only then the carry is generated. In the rest of the cases it remains 0. Okay. So now Sn sum is represented by an XOR operation, Cn is represented by an AND operation. Okay. So how can we represent this by using gates? So XOR gate we consider by sum of A and Bn. So output of this is Sn and inputs are AN and BN. Okay. So if we give AN, BN as input to an XOR gate, we will have sum S according to this truth table. Okay. And to obtain carry, we have to use AND gate. Inputs are AN and BN. Okay. AN and BN. So this is what inside this block, half adder block. So inputs are AN, BN, and outputs are SN and CN. So in this particular case, there are many methods to design a half adder. We can also make use of AND gates, NOT gates, and OR gates. How can we do it? See, we have AN, BN. Okay. We also require AN bar. So this gives us AN bar. And we also need BN bar in this particular case. Okay. So in sum, first expression is AN, BN, AN bar and BN, their AND operation. So AN bar and BN. BN is directly given from here. So it is AN bar BN. And second part is AN into BN bar. So it is, this is BN bar. This is AN. So output of AND gate is AN BN bar. Then both the values means OR operation is to be performed between both the values. So we use OR gates. The output of this OR gate, it will be sum. Okay. And carry it is obtained by using same technique, that is AN and BN ANDed, and output is CN. Okay. So this is what internal circuit of a half adder. So this block, half adder, it is having these gates or these gates, inputs AN, BN, outputs SN, CN, both the cases. Okay. So in our coming topics, we will be representing half adder simply as a block, inputs 2 bits and output sum and carry. Okay. Yes, clear है students आपको? Half adder का concept clear है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Main disadvantage of this half adder. Yes, students, what is disadvantage of half adder? You might have studied in digital electronics. How half adder is different from full adder. Why do we go for a full adder? Difference होता है half adder and full adder में.
कैरी नहीं लेता ये.
Yes. So half adder जो previous carry होती है उसे consider नहीं करता. Suppose we have to add 2 4-bit numbers. So numbers are A0, sorry, A0, A1, A2, A3. So these are 4 bits of number A, and this number, binary number is to be entered in register B, in number B. So number B is suppose having bits B0, B1, B2, B3. Okay. Now if we add A0, B0, suppose we obtain sum S0. Okay. And carry generated from A0, B0 should be added to at the next place. So it is A1, B1, C1 we obtain after adding these, we have S1 sum. Similarly, carry obtained from this place, second place, is to be added in third place. So we have C1 plus A2 plus B2 sum S2. Then similarly, carry obtained from third place is to be added in next place. So we have S3. And finally, carry obtained after adding these bits C3, A3, B3, final carry is carry C1. Okay. So half adder has disadvantage that half adder does not consider carry obtained from previous additions. For example, if we are to add A2 B2, then it will not consider carry obtained from addition of say A1 B1 or previous carry C1. Okay. So that's why we need a full adder. So full adder, it takes bit AN and bit BN. It also considers carry obtained from previous addition, that is Cn minus 1. Okay, Cn minus 1 means carry obtained from previous addition. Okay, so we can represent carry obtained from A0, B0 as C0. It will be added to A1, B1, and carry obtained from A1, B1 as C1. It will be added to A2, B2, and C2 obtained from A2, B2 to third place, A3, B3. Okay, so full adder, it considers input AN bit, BN bit, and carry from previous addition, and it provides sum SN and carry C out, CN. So this is also called as C out. This is as CN. Okay, you can also find in some of the books, carry input to full adder is represented as Cn, and carry obtained from full adder is represented as C out. Okay, Cn, C out. So we can design this circuit, full adder circuit, by considering truth table for this addition. We have A bit number or bit B and Cn. So these three bits are input to the full adder, and outputs obtained will be sum and C out. Okay, inputs are A bit, B bit, and Cn. Outputs are sum and C out. So let me write it as An, Bn, and Sn. Okay, so write all possible combinations of ABC. So we can have A0, B0, C0, or A0, B0, C1. We can have this 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So these can be the possible combinations of inputs given to the full adder. The output obtained for each case will be, so if all the inputs are 0, sum will be 0 and carry will be 0. Okay. If A and B are 0 and C in is 1, then sum will be 1, carry will be 0. Similar in the third case, sum 1, carry 0. Now inputs are 0, 1 and carry is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0 and carry 1. In this case it is 1, 0. In this case 0, 1. In this case also 0, 1. Now 1 plus 1 ये 2 होता है, means some 0 plus 1 some 1 and will carry 1. Okay. This is the output that we need in this case. So according to the output of this truth table, we are to obtain the Boolean expressions and then prepare the hardware circuit using logic gates. So see, the sum is 1 for second input, third input, fifth and last 8. Okay. So now according to this sum, it will be 1 if inputs are 0, 0, 1, means A bar, B bar and Cn plus or. Okay, inputs will be 1 if we have this much this particular combination as inputs, or it will be 1 if we have inputs as A bar, B or C bar. Okay, it will be 1 in this case, or third is we have A, B bar, C bar. Or we have all inputs once. We have AN, BN and Cn. So we can rewrite this expression as we take Cn second for second input, it should be A bar B Cn bar. Okay. So we can consider now terms with Cn. So for this we have A bar, B bar plus AB into Cn plus, okay, so we have combined these two terms. Next, combine these terms, we'll have A bar B plus A B bar into Cn bar. Cn bar. Okay, clear? So we have this expression. Similarly, if we write expression for C out will be 1 for cases this, this, this and this. Okay. So it is A bar BC, A bar BC plus A B bar C plus A B C bar plus ABC. A, B, C. Okay. So we can rewrite these terms as it is A and A bar B, A B bar, A bar B plus A B bar into Cn plus this is A B into Cn bar plus Cn. Now Cn bar plus Cn, this is what 1. It will be 1. It will be 1 for both the values of C, whether it is 0 or 1. So it will be 1. So we can simply omit this term, delete this term, drop this term. So this is what we have expression for C out. Okay. This is for C out. So yes, students, any doubt in obtaining this in these expressions? Any doubt you have? Yes, students.
No, sir.
Further, let me rewrite these expressions. Sn is equal to. Let me write this first. It is An bar Bn plus An Bn bar into Cn bar plus, now I can write this term as, you can verify it, I have done it. So we can write this Boolean expression as An bar Bn plus An Bn invert and whole invert into Cn. And C out we can write, it will be, this we have already written properly. So C out is equal to An Bn An bar, okay, plus An Bn bar into Cn plus An Bn. Okay. So let me rub this part so that our circuit is covered. Okay. Okay, now finally we have the Boolean expressions for outputs of the ladder. Inputs are An, Bn and Cn. Outputs are Sn and Cout. Okay. Now we can consider inputs An and Bn, and third is Cn. Okay. Now consider first part of the sum Sn. It is An bar Bn plus an bn bar. It represents an XOR operation between a and b. So XOR the inputs a, b. Inputs are an, bn, and output is a bar b plus a b bar. Okay. Then and second thing is we can check if we consider this as one variable and cn as second variable, then this whole indicates XOR operation between this term, XOR operation between this term and cn. Okay, so we can say we consider two inputs. One input is this expression and second is cn. If we apply XOR operation between these two values, we will have Sn. Okay, because Sn is this value into Cn bar plus this whole value bar into Cn. So this is XOR operation. And Cout is XOR operation that we have done, this value into, that is AND operation between this value and Cn. And second is AND operation between A and B. This is A and B, their AND operation, and then XOR operation between these two quantities. OR operation between the quantities. This gives us Cout. Okay, so now we have this circuit. So inputs to this circuit are AN, BN, and CN. Outputs are sum and Cout. So we can write this, we can represent this circuit in the form of block. We write FA, full adder, inputs as AN, BN, and Cn. Cin is carry obtained from previous addition, and outputs are sum and Cout. Yes, students? Good doubt? Good doubt after students?
No, sir.
Okay. So we can also design a full adder circuit by using half adders. Okay. So two half adders are required to design one full adder. Okay. So this full adder basically it performs addition of A, B, and C, and provides us sum and out. We can write it as A plus B plus Cn. We have separated A and B. So this we can say it is S plus Cn. Okay. S plus Cn. So it means if we find sum of A and B by using a half adder, then another half adder to add Cn. Okay. So we have half adder inputs are An, Bn. Okay. Output obtained is S sum and carry, say C. Let it be C0 obtained from half adder 1. Okay. Then we have second half adder circuit. Now inputs to this will be sum obtained from previous half adder and Cn. Output obtained will be Sn. Okay. And now final C out. C out will be decided by carry obtained from half adder 2 and carry obtained from half adder 1. If carry is generated at any stage, it will be C out. If both the carries are 0, the C out will be 0. If any carry is 1, C out will be 1. Okay. So in this way, by using two half adders, we can design a full adder. The inputs to this half adder are C in A and B, and final output is S and C out. Okay. Clear, Puche?
Yes, sir.
So this one full adder gives us addition of 2 bits only plus carry from previous addition. Okay. Suppose if we want to perform addition of two 4-bit numbers, 4 bits of first number are A0, A1, A2, A3. Bits of second number are B0, B1, B2, B3. Okay. If we have to perform addition of these two numbers, one is A, second is B, then we need four full adders. Four full adders. One adder for this combination. Second adder is to add these 2 bits. Third adder will be to add A to B2, and fourth adder will be to add B to B3. Okay. So these four full bit adders we will add and we will connect in parallel. Okay. So we design parallel adders to perform addition of n-bit numbers. Okay. So first full adder, say FA, let be write it as FA0. It will take inputs A0 and B0 because it will perform addition of A0 and B0, and any carry from previous addition will be considered as, so it will be 0, consider it as 0. Output obtained will be S0, sum and carry C0, C out we can say that. Okay. So this circuit is required for ladder FA0 to add A0 B0. Similarly, we use next full adder, that is FA1. So it will take inputs A1, B1. Output provided will be S1. And it will also consider carry obtained from previous addition as Cn. Okay. So FA1 will consider carry obtained from FA0, that is C0. This carry will be considered as input carry Cn. And output given will be S1 and carry C1. Okay. So next, full ladder is required. So let us name it as FA2. Inputs obtained given will be A2, B2. Output obtained will be S2, and one carry is required as the input. This is Cn. It will be connected to carry provided by previous adder, and carry obtained from this adder will be C2. Okay. It is FA3. Now it is inputs are A3, B3, carry is Cn connected to carry out of FA2. Output is S3. And since it is the last adder of this 4-bit parallel adder, we need 4-bit parallel adder. Okay. So carry obtained from last adder will be considered as carry, simply Cy. Okay. So if we represent this 4-bit adder in a block, it will be 4-bit parallel adder. So input to this 4-bit adder will be Cn. We will take it to 0. And bits, now we will represent, since there are multiple bits, we will represent the bits with the help of a bus, 2 parallel lines. Now bits will be A, 0, 2, 3, B, 0, 2, 3, and some bits, 4 some bits, some bit S0, S1, S2, S3, and carry. You can write it as C out of Cy. Okay. So this is a 4-bit parallel adder. So we need 4 full adders to design it. And if we want to design a 16-bit adder, then we need 16 full adders. If we want to design 8-bit parallel adder, we need 8 full adders. Okay. So this type of this parallel adder is ripple carry adder. So in our next lecture, we will be discussing disadvantages of this particular circuit, why we cannot use ripple carry adder if the number of bits in the input bytes increases. Okay, so this we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. Yes, students, any doubt you have till now?